Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and they Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got our foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can chat with cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers, all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Weazel News. We are your hosts, Sky Davis, Tiffany Tulips, and Nick Dastardly on this fine Sunday evening, back with another week of news, an episode, and some fun. Tiffany and Dick, how are we?
Doing absolutely wonderful. How are you tonight, Tiffany?
Can't complain.
Wonderful,
That's good.
wonderful. Quite a busy week and a busy day, and we got a lot going on in the city and state of San Andreas.
That's right. You know, last night we had a busy night out on the west side of the city and the county running the Great Ocean Highway. Several auto accidents, and there was attempted suicide, I believe, out in the same vicinity. There was a very large fire up there at the liquor store on the Great Ocean Highway, which we will cover later on also.
Yes, quite the scene. We had a lot of reckless drivers last night, and as you said, accidents, and a whole bunch of crazy things. The citizens of San Andreas never disappoint on the craziness that happens.
That is definitely
That's right.
true.
It's like it never slow down out here. It's always go, never slow.
Indeed, I mean, they say the city never sleeps, but honestly, the state of San Andreas never sleeps. or if they do, it's because they're drunk or high.
Or both.
It could be a both, you know, some uppers, some downers, some inners, and some outers.
Oh Lord, I'd hate to have an inner and an upward.
Yeah, that would be some issues there. Some inners and some uppers. Yeah. Ooh, could you imagine?
Oh boy.
Lord.
Oh boy. Well, as we said, there were a few accidents last night. I know a few of them involved cars. There's one with a motorcycle. Who would like to start us off here?
I'll start it off. I was kind of roaming around with some of those scenes, kind of hanging to the shadows. But yeah, I do remember there was a liquor store that has somehow caught fire. Maybe allegedly was set on fire. Not sure. There was one civilian who was treated and transported for some smoke inhalation to Great Ocean Medical. But there were several fire units and several law enforcement officers up there on that scene. They was able to get the fire under control fairly quickly with minimal damage to the business up there off of Great Ocean Highway.
good to hear. I know there was a lot of smoke on that scene, and I believe from what I heard over the scanner, it was believed to may have been started in the microwave, as general common common fire safety. Make sure the citizens make sure we're not putting tinfoil and other flammable objects in microwaves. You never know what can spark there.
Oh no, we would never do anything like that. All those downers and stuff. You
Yeah.
can't do that with downers in your system. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, you definitely gotta be careful, especially with all the 24/7s out there. You get to heat up your own burritos and stuff like that. So, never know what's gonna happen.
That is right. There was also a motorcycle accident. Can you believe it? A dirt bike accident out on the
Wow.
Great Ocean Highway. Uh, Apparently, he was attempting to run from law enforcement. Potentially, not real sure, not real clear on those details, but he had managed to hit one of the large rocks up there near Chumash, and it launched him off his motorcycle and into the middle of the Great Ocean Highway,
Oh,
where
goodness.
luckily he did not get hit by any traffic.
I was about to ask you
Oh.
how he ended up on the highway. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes, I was kind of eavesdropping on the law enforcement. They gave us these new little listening satellite dishes, so we can listen well away from law enforcement now, and we can kind of get those notes, and we can fill you in on all the gritty details when they least expect it. But yeah, apparently luckily he was wearing a helmet. He didn't
Well,
get
that's
hit by a
good.
car,
Oh goodness.
but somehow he had dislocated his right knee.
Ow.
Ouch.
Yeah, and he was asking the medic on scene if the medic would set it for him, and the medic refused to, because of course, that is
Yeah.
that's a job they need to do at the hospital in case
Yeah.
surgery or bone chips and all that fun stuff. You can die potentially from that if it's done
Wow.
improperly.
That's
But
wow.
the subject tried to set his own knee.
Oh goodness.
Ask me how that went.
How did that go, Dick?
Well, apparently when he was setting his knee, he set his knee 180 degrees in the wrong direction.
Ow.
Yeah, his toes were touching his butt.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no.
Oh,
yes.
no.
His
toes.
Just think about how painful that was.
Oh my god.
I mean, I know there are people that are like double jointed and they can, do some crazy things like that, but
Yeah,
I don't
but-
think it's supposed to bend that way.
You never want to have your foot toeing your butt or
No.
no.
Well, we will say
that-
this: it was a one-man ass-kicking contest on that one.
Yeah, that's taking towing to a whole new level.
Lord have
That is
mercy.
absolutely true with that. Yes, but the medical scene managed to give him some Tylenol for pain and transported him up to Great Ocean Medical Center. And then later on, apparently, he tried to set his knee again in the back of the ambulance on the way up. And of course, later on, he was also involved in another accident because he signed himself out of Great Ocean Medical AMA, which is against medical advice, and managed to have a
Oh.
accident trying to go pick up his other friend on a dirt bike that was
Oh
down
my-
the road a little ways.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, needless to say, he got taken right on back up there to the hospital because guess what?
Yeah.
He popped his knee out of location again.
Oh my goodness. Well,
They might need to put him
Oh,
in solitary
yes.
confinement or something. Keep him
I'm
there.
Law enforcement said this time if he walked out to the hospital, they was going to go ahead and just put him on handcuffs, take him on down there to the Rockford station, let him stay overnight till he
Wow.
thought twice about his actions.
wow. And like you said, we had quite a few drivers. I know his friend, the other driver, was not taken into custody, but got a few vehicles taken away and impounded for his lack of driving sense. So I mean, I'm almost thinking they need to do a statewide driver's ed or something. I mean, it's crazy.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm pretty sure we can think of a few other subjects who have been regular guests on our shows that could afford to be re-educated in driving practices.
Definitely could benefit from that.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like Sharp is one of those people. Did you see her? She got a Camaro for her new rank of being a lieutenant, and she actually flipped the Camaro onto the beach last night.
I did hear something about that.
Yeah, she accidentally ramped right off of a rock past Q-Mosh and flew all the way onto the beach. Luckily, I don't know how, but she didn't get any head injury or anything like that. So, but oh my.
Well, I guess we can be grateful that car didn't end up at the bottom of the ocean.
That is a good point. That is a good point that she didn't fly even further. Yeah. But it is recorded that the original idea to drive the Camaro was the commissioner's idea. So I guess anything, any troubles and stuff will go to him and not to Sharp, because it was his idea.
That's going to be a lot of money to repair that
right?
car.
I'm just saying glad I don't have to do that paperwork myself.
Yeah, I would not want to do that either. I know Lieutenant O'Connor and Captain Rico already have quite a bit of paperwork to sift through for her paperwork and other civilians' paperwork. And speaking of paperwork, the cadets have been doing a great job with learning a lot of stuff throughout the city, throughout the Sheriff's Department and the Los Santos Police Department. Great work is being done by all. Everybody's doing their ride-alongs and learning a lot of knowledge and street skills, and we love to see it.
Definitely good to hear, and I'm sure they're getting a lot of good practice with these civilians out there.
I'd imagine so. I believe we had multiple 1080s the other evening, which of course is, one of the biggest challenges, I feel like, is driving and meeting the radio and getting all the information that you need. Can be quite a lot.
I couldn't imagine, I just sit sometimes in the dispatch channels, listen to the motor scanner, and you're wondering what all was going on with all the craziness on the radio. So I couldn't even imagine trying to chase somebody down and give directions to travel while all that was going on.
Absolutely, especially with being a first person or a secondary person, it's a lot. It is a lot. Right. Let's see, what else happened this week?
There was a patrol out Tuesday on the east side of the city. I believe there may have been a ultralight glider that was crashed. Several arrests were made, I believe, and I think there was 2 or 3 accidents down on the highway.
Wow, so many accidents.
If I'm not wrong, if Deputy Carlson may have got shot again.
I think I heard that too.
Deputy Carlson, and didn't I hear that O'Connor was involved in something earlier this week? I believe that he may have gotten hit in the leg on a traffic stop and was taken to the hospital, but luckily he is making a full recovery.
That is great to hear there.
Yeah, all these officers gotta watch their back with all the civilians in the city, of course.
It makes you wonder, though, if all these officers are getting hit and being, injured and such. Makes you wonder, these new recruits, they may have to step up and fill in some of these officer slots when they go down like that.
Indeed, I mean, and of course that's definitely I think a big reason and a big push for more law enforcement, and more, law enforcement support throughout the city. That way they are able to fund more jobs and more things like that.
That's right, because it seems like the city is consistently growing as of late. The last 2 months, I believe, there have been new citizens entering the city, like almost like it's going out of style if they don't get here early enough. It just
Yeah.
seems like consistently daily there's someone new coming into the city and putting down roots.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and that definitely builds for more character, character quality, character experience, and definitely gives more role play opportunity for us to have more LEO, a coroner, more towing, more everything across all boards.
That's right. Even more fire has been put on as of late.
Indeed, indeed. Um, I know that a billboard sign was set on fire in the city the other evening. Unknown if it was somebody trying to fight back at the city of Los Santos, or whether it was another relation. But the call came into law enforcement that somebody was trying to set the billboard on fire, and upon arrival, they found a few different flames at the bottom of the billboard and no one on the scene. So the FD did come and put it out, but it makes you wonder.
I mean, I
It
wouldn't be
really
surprised if
does.
people, want to set a billboard on fire to prove a point.
Yeah, I know. Of course, places like that are prone for garbage and cigarette butts. So you never know if somebody could have just put something on it intentionally, or whether it was a accident. But I mean, the fact that nobody was in the area, makes it seem more suspicious than not.
Well, at least nobody was severely injured. That's always the important thing.
Exactly. Let's see. What kind of music have we been listening to lately?
I've still
I've
been kind
really
of.
been listening to the good old Western music. I'm sorry, Tiffany. I didn't mean to speak over you,
No,
ma'am. I'm so
you're
sorry.
good. You go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I've been listening to country Western music lately. Hanging out and listening to the old twangs, the banjos, and the sounds of violins a lot myself.
Your Donka Donka Bongos?
Yes, of course, the Donkey Donka bongos. You can't forget those.
Yeah. Have you been up to the cabin again recently or not?
Not recently. I haven't been up to the cabin. I try to kind of steer clear of it sometimes because sometimes it gives me those chills that like those mountain lions to be eyeballing you.
Yeah,
Ready to
I
stalk ya.
understand that. Yeah, I know we've had quite the increase in wildlife as well, which is, nice to see. The animals are feeling comfortable being out and about, but there have been quite a few of them lately.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Sometimes
right.
I've seen pigs just walking along the sidewalks, and
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
always a little concerned. But I mean, if they feel comfortable to be out there, then I guess that's good.
Yeah. In the
Yeah, that's right. If you're
jungle,
ever up
the
in
mighty
Grapeseed,
jungle.
if you're ever up in Grapeseed, take a look at that big old hog that walks around right there just
Yeah.
across from the Grapeseed gas station. There is a huge. I mean, he's the size of a small car. Large wild boar that just walks right down the middle of the street, and you can see everybody just turning to keep from hitting them.
Wow. I know that there's one out in the Chumash area that somebody I guess out in or excuse me, the Grapeseed area that people have named. I guess his name is Frank Frank the pig, because he always hangs outside of the pet store now. I'm assuming looking for pet food, because I mean, which is smart on his part.
Of course, someone's probably came out and fed him one time, and at one time is all it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Although I'm also surprised that the pig doesn't look up for that taco stand that's on the corner. Because if I were a pig and I had food available, I'd be hitting the taco stand.
I can agree to that.
Yes, and I also heard the other evening, speaking of Great Scene, there was an attempted bank robbery, or a clothing store robbery in that area. I don't believe that the suspects were found, and it was somebody wearing all black, so that is a bolo that we currently have out. Obviously, not a lot to go on, but hopefully we'll get more information soon and as it comes in.
Well, hopefully nobody was
Yes.
injured in that as well.
Indeed, I don't believe anybody luckily was injured. I know that we've had a lot going on at the Maze Bank Arena with the new demolition derby track. We've had some people practicing for some different events and just kind of getting a handle on it. Some of those monster trucks are quite big and heavy duty. I look forward to going to an event there to see them all in action.
I heard it's a sight to see. I heard they got a big old ring of fire hanging up right in the middle of the arena now, and some of them on motorcycles
Wow.
tend to jump the ramps and go right through that ring of fire.
Wow. I also heard that the other day we had I guess a civilian, or not a civilian, but another driver actually stood at the top of the ramp, and the truck jumped off of the ramp over that person and into the ring of fire. I mean, how that is possible. I mean, if I were the person on the end of the ramp, I'd be shitting my pants. I mean.
I'm sitting there thinking that's pretty ballsy to be doing something like that.
Yeah.
That takes some cojones.
That's Daredevil material.
I would be in the stands watching. I can't say I'd be jumping through any rings of fire.
Right. Indeed. Speaking of daredevils, there is a individual who a few months ago, tried to jump off of the, Maze Bank Arena and the courthouse out in Los Santos, thinking that it would be a good idea. She has been released from jail, and I believe that she's looking for her next kind of daredevil act. I'm kind of wondering where it'll be. Maybe it'll be in the county, since she hasn't been able to get, what she's looking for in the city. We'll really have to kind of wait and see what happens. I mean, like you said, the people.
Maybe she should get together with some of these places and possibly rent one of those helicopters one night, and maybe they should have a skydiving competition. That hasn't happened in a while in the city.
That would be a great idea. And I was also going to say she might as well make an appointment to try to get a job at the Maze Bank Arena. Maybe she can be the person that stands on the end of the ramp there.
Maybe she can. Maybe that's like a good job for her for that one.
I was about to say the same thing.
Let's see, do we have any businesses that we'd like to recommend for our viewers this week?
I'm going to recommend the good old pizza restaurant down there across from Bob's Balls, because you get done bowling at Bob's Balls, you can always walk across the road and eat you some pizza, or vice versa, eat you some pizza, then go over there and hang out at Bob's Balls. But yeah, I'd recommend a good old pizza restaurant going and hitting up their inventory and seeing what all they got down there.
That's a great idea. Get some pizza, shine Bob's balls, throw 'em down the ramp a little bit. There's many things you can do with Bob's Falls.
Shine up Bob's balls and get you some sauce down your throat. It's
Oh
like a good
dear
time right
Lord.
there.
Oh
Sounds
dear
like a
Lord.
good night.
Oh dear Lord.
I also heard they've got some great tiramisu over at that pizza place as well.
You know what? I have heard that. Tiramisu, and creme brulee even, which I love creme brulee. 10 out of 10 recommend. 10 out of 10 recommend.
10 out of 10, definitely recommend that.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. And I know another business, that's out there, is the pearls, on the pier. We've talked about it quite a few times, but I had their new, jambalaya the other day, where they've put double the seafood in there, and man, it is delicious, especially on one of those, kind of not cold but cool breezy nights on the pier. 10 out of 10 recommend.
It must be good because it seems like every time I go down there, jambalaya is always sold out. So I have to go to the good old shrimp po' boy sandwiches.
Those are good though. Do you get the extra hot sauce on it?
I do get hot sauce every now and then, but sometimes I like it with some good old what's it called buttered onions. They take the onions and throw them on the grill back there.
Yeah,
and melt
sauteed.
butter over them. And
Yeah, sauteed buttered
I like
onions.
that too.
Yes. I had it was from one of the taco trucks earlier today. I had one of their Mexican. It sounds weird, but a Mexican hot dog. It's got chorizo and stuff in it, and it had pickled onions on it. Man, that was delicious.
That sounds interesting. Put onions. I may have to check that out.
Yeah, quite
It does
good.
sound good.
Quite good. Let's see. I know. Also, they had the other evening. It was. Let me see. Let me gather my thoughts together. But they had a lot going on at. No, I can't think of it. Of course, now I can't think of it. But they had a lot going on with the Polaris is. I guess the new version of the Polaris came out, and everybody in the city has been buying them up. And general reminder for our citizens that you need to be off the roadway while operating them, and not on the roadway where you could or on the roadway where you could be interfering with traffic, even if you are on the side of the road.
That's right. Sure. Take it up there to the red light district track, or to the windmill off-road farm track, or even to some of the back country trails across the mountains or up through the woods and such. Yeah, that is not a highway approved vehicle.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure the law enforcement's going to be looking for that very heavy and pretty intensely. Start cracking down on all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be safe on the roadways, for sure. On and off the roadway. Somebody also, fell off of a cliff with their pickup truck trying to go off-roading. So I mean, off-roading in general, make sure you have the right equipment, make sure you're, a safe distance from the roadway, make sure you're not impacting other people, and there's a whole list of things.
That's right. You want to do minor impact with Mother Nature when you're out there off-roading and having a good time on your OHV trails.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's see. I mean, I feel like we've covered a lot and not enough all at the same time. You know, of course, a lot has happened this week. But do we have anything that we'd like to add?
I'm done on my side there, Sky.
Yeah.
Tiffany, anything from Tiffany?
No, I think we've much covered a lot of good stuff tonight.
Yeah, we definitely have. Again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sky Davis. This is the Ghastly and Tiffany Tulips. We go live at 8:15 every Sunday for the most part with the newscast. Check your local listings for more information and some possible upcoming and new things going on within the server and the community. If you are interested in joining the community, go to kuffsgaming.com and read the guide. 16 plus for applications, and the next streams, official streams, you'll see on Ace Pilot, Ace 2K7. And we do appreciate you being here, everybody. It does help us out so much and make a difference. Check out the channels to see what content is coming out. But with that being said, we appreciate you being here. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Watch your driving. Like we said, we've had a lot of reckless drivers, so don't speed, watch yourself so you don't get pulled over, and we will see you all on the next one. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on their P's and their Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on their P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got our foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can chat with Cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.